V is the moment. Taehyung crowned as the king of Celine 2025. The world of fashion trembled once again when the name Kim Taehyung echoed across the glimmering halls of Paris. The golden letters of Celine shone behind him like a royal emblem, and in that moment, it wasn't just another celebrity appearance. It was the coronation of a new era in luxury fashion. V is the moment. The statement spread like wildfire, and the world agreed. Taehyung wasn't just attending Celine, he was Celine. When the camera flashes exploded, when the whispers turned into cheers, when even the critics fell silent for a brief heartbeat, it was clear. The crown had found its rightful head. The king of Celine had arrived. Taehyung stepped out, wearing his signature confidence like armor, his gaze calm but burning with quiet fire. There was something mesmerizing about how effortlessly he blended sophistication and rebellion, elegance and freedom. He didn't walk, he glided, as though every step was choreographed by destiny itself. The golden hue of the lights danced over his perfectly tailored outfit. The leather jacket hugged his frame in all the right places, exuding a kind of sensual sophistication that only Taehyung could embody. Beneath the sleek layers, a heart of artistry pulsed. Every gesture, every glance was a statement, a declaration that fashion wasn't just fabric, it was feeling. The return of the king when Celine announced its grand fashion show for 2025. No one expected what was about to unfold. Rumors swirled weeks before the event. Would Taehyung return to grace the runway's front row? Would King Celine himself step into the spotlight again? As the day arrived, the atmosphere was electric. Fans gathered in thousands, forming oceans of purple outside the venue. Taehyung is coming, they whispered, their voices trembling with anticipation. Every phone was raised, every camera pointed toward the golden entrance. And then, as if written in the stars, he appeared. The crowd erupted into screams that shook the Parisian evening. It wasn't chaos, it was worship. A sea of flashlights illuminated his figure like constellations forming around their sun. V is the moment, someone shouted, and within seconds, the phrase trended across every platform on Earth. Taehyung smiled, the kind of smile that could stop time. He waved, his presence both royal and gentle. In that instant, fashion ceased to be about brands or fabrics. It became about a man who carried art in his soul. The fashion world boasts designers, stylists, editors. Everyone in attendance knew that something historic was unfolding. Luca Guadagnino, known for his cinematic artistry, reportedly couldn't take his eyes off Taehyung throughout the show. Whispers suggested he was inspired, perhaps even envisioning Taehyung as the face of his next film. Fashion critics, usually unyielding and reserved, found themselves at a loss for words. He doesn't just wear Celine, one editor murmured. He transforms it. Every look Taehyung wore told a story of rebellion, elegance, and unapologetic individuality. From the soft gleam of his sunglasses to the quiet allure of his undone buttons, he redefined masculinity with a poetic grace. There was no need for extravagance. His presence was the extravagance, the Taehyung effect. Beyond the runway within hours, global search engines exploded with one name, Taehyung. Hashtags like hashtag #KingCelineV, hashtag V is the moment, and hashtag Taehyung@Celine 2025 dominated social media. Fans and fashion insiders alike couldn't stop analyzing every detail. His outfit, his posture, his aura. Luxury brands began referencing his look. Magazines rushed to update their headlines. The new face of Celine elegance, the standard of 2025 fashion, the man who rewrote modern style. The headlines read like poetry dedicated to him. But beyond the aesthetics, there was something deeper. Taehyung wasn't just setting trends. He was redefining what it meant to own a moment. He wasn't performing. He was living in an era where fashion often feels manufactured. Taehyung brought back soul. His authenticity radiated through the fabric of his clothes, through the glint in his eyes. Every move seemed effortless, yet powerful. He didn't need to try. He simply was. And that's what made him the moment. The artistic soul behind the style. Those who know Taehyung understand that fashion has always been more than appearance to him. It's storytelling, a silent dialogue between identity and emotion. From his early days as BTS V, he has always stood out for his experimental choices: silk shirts, wide trousers, vintage accessories, pieces that blend timeless elegance with modern charisma. He once said in an interview, "I don't dress to impress others. I dress to express myself." That philosophy echoed louder than ever on the night of the Celine show. Observers noted how his outfit reflected both strength and vulnerability. The mix of textures, leather and linen, shadow and shine, felt like a mirror of his duality. He could be fierce yet tender, mysterious yet open. Every camera angle captured not just a man, but an idea. Taehyung's fashion sense doesn't chase approval, it commands respect. A global storm when images of Taehyung's appearance hit the internet. The effect was immediate and unstoppable. Within minutes, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok were flooded with edits, slow-motion videos, fan art, and tributes. King Celine wasn't just a nickname anymore. It was a title earned by presence alone. Fashion blogs described him as a living cinematic frame. Fans compared him to classic icons, figures of old Hollywood, whose charisma transcended time. Yet, there was something uniquely Taehyung about him. He didn't imitate. He created. Media outlets across France, South Korea, Japan, and the US dedicated entire segments to his appearance. Reporters called it the most defining fashion moment of 2025. Even those who had never followed K-pop were drawn into the phenomenon. V had once again bridged worlds. Music, fashion, art, emotion. The moment of silence as the lights dimmed and the show began. Taehyung sat front row, silent, poised, almost ethereal. The golden glow from the Celine backdrop reflected off his profile, casting an almost divine aura. Every camera lens focused on him, but he seemed oblivious, lost in the artistry of the moment. That stillness became powerful. He didn't need to speak or move. His silence screamed louder than applause. Later, fans described that image as iconic, the Celine glow. It wasn't just light. It was Taehyung's energy radiating from within, illuminating everything around him. From idol to icon, there's a thin line between being famous and being legendary. Taehyung crossed that line with ease. As part of BTS, he conquered the world with music. But as V, he's now conquering it with vision. He has become a global ambassador of emotion, someone who doesn't just wear clothes, but breathes meaning into them. The Celine 2025 moment wasn't just about fame, it was about recognition. The fashion world, long dominated by Western icons, finally bowed to an artist from South Korea, not because of hype, but because of pure, undeniable presence, and Taehyung didn't claim the throne. He became it. Luca Guadagnino's Fascination reports from backstage revealed that acclaimed director Luca Guadagnino, known for his masterful films and artistic eye, was deeply captivated by Taehyung's presence. Witnesses claimed that Luca watched him intently, studying the subtleties in his expressions. "His aura is cinematic," Luca allegedly remarked to a colleague. "He doesn't just look good on camera. He creates the camera's purpose." This sparked immediate speculation that Luca might cast Taehyung in a future film project. Fans online exploded with theories. What kind of role would suit him? A romantic poet? A mysterious wanderer? A king torn between love and legacy? The possibilities were endless, and every one of them felt right. Because Taehyung doesn't just fit roles, he becomes them. The digital kingdom. By the end of the night, Taehyung's appearance had broken records online. Celine's engagement numbers skyrocketed. The brand's official post featuring him became the most liked fashion post of the season. Army, his ever-loyal fanbase, celebrated across the globe. King Celine trended for over 48 hours straight. Even rival brands quietly acknowledged the undeniable fact. No one commands digital presence like Kim Taehyung. In a single evening, he turned a luxury show into a global cultural event. Fashion houses dream of moments like this, but for Taehyung, it seemed natural, effortless, inevitable. The power of stillness. What makes Taehyung different is his ability to turn simplicity into art. Where others chase extravagance, he brings elegance. Where others try to dominate attention, he earns it quietly. Every frame of him at Celine was meticulously shared, dissected, adored. His calm demeanor amidst the chaos became a symbol of confidence and grace. He didn't have to scream to be heard. He simply was. And that's what the world remembers most. The quiet storm behind those eyes, the unshakable aura of someone who knows who he is.